Oh, it feels good to be here again.
What's the unboxing? What'd it be? Well, I don't know. Shut up and see.
Hey, friends, welcome back to the channel. Recently, I was at a fest, a Fracassi fest, and I met someone there who's a big Fracassi fan, but he had never watched this channel. Weird, I know, ain't it? And he was talking to me. He goes, "Hey, I'm sorry, I never really watched your channel, and I missed you when you were really into Suntup." And damn, that kind of rocked me on back on my heels a little bit. I'm like, I'm still into Suntup. I still love Suntup. I just have not ordered a lot of Suntup. And it's not like Suntup grows on trees and I get these books for nothing. So if it doesn't flow to me, if the cash doesn't flow to me and then flow to Paul, the books don't flow back. So but it did really hurt. I was like, man, I wish I could have stayed on the Suntub train. I wish I could get every artist edition, every numbered edition, and the occasional lettered. Yeah, let's just be crazy in our fantasy, since you could fantasize about whatever you want. So go for it. It did take me back though, and I thought of how this channel started with Nocturnal Reader's Box and Cemetery Dance, and then I really, really got into it with Suntup and the interviews and all that fun stuff. So, all that to say, we get to breathe some more Suntup air today. This is the classic edition of Boy's Life by Robert McCammon, one of the most requested titles I'd imagine that anybody would want Suntup to do. It was already done by Sub Press, which is great. That's great. I passed on it. I was actually actively collecting when Sub Press announced they were doing Boy's Life. I believe I was. I'm pretty sure. And I just passed on. I don't know why. It was a crazy day. Like, let's just forgive and move on. But then when Suntup was doing this, and you may have seen, I interviewed David Palumbo, who did the exceptional art in this book. I couldn't have been happier. I don't care about many editions of a book existing. I only care about Suntup editions of a book existing. So I was thrilled to get it. Wasn't able to interview Robert McCammon, which is a bummer, total bummer. And I did try to interview him for Swan Song, which is the next Suntup McCammon book announced like today. I mean, isn't that awesome? I get this book the day before Swan Song gets announced, and I'm thrilled. I'm well, hopefully by the time you're seeing this, future Jeff bought the classic edition of Swan Song. I'm gonna I really want it. I would love to get the numbered, but situations being what they are, I'm going to be thrilled to get the artist, the classic edition, to obviously pair with this one. So anyway, that's all to say. I'm even more jazzed about Swan Song. Swan Song is one of my all-time favorite books, but Boy's Life is magic. It is boyhood magic. If you've not read it, it's a series of vignettes set in this small town of Zephyr, a boy growing up with a milkman dad and small town charm, and soon learning that all that facade, all that joy is just a facade. All that small town wholeness and goodness is covering up some really bad behavior. And I think that's a lot of how we look back to the 50s, and a lot of how we look back to things that were repressed and kept down and not talked about. Now we're in a time where everything gets talked about, which is good to expose all those bad things that people do. Anyway, whatever. I didn't mean to get into sociological discussion. Let's look at the book, which is why I'm here. Again, if you're new to Suntup, Classic Edition means it is the artist edition signed by the author. And it is has the largest print run, and it's the most modestly priced book edition that Suntup does. That is not to say there's anything else that's modest about the book. The books are all amazing. There's some people who collect nothing but classic or artist editions and are thoroughly happy with that. I myself was a numbered and artist edition collector for a long time. And I'll tell you, Some of these artist editions give the numbered editions a run for their money. So definitely, as I've always said before in other unboxings, these books are no one's consolation prizes. If this is all you can afford, count yourself lucky. It is a treat. So, foam, form-fitted foam. Here it is. Boy's Life. Comes with a bookmark. All editions come with the bookmark. David Palumbo art. I believe that is the cover or the end paper. I believe it's the cover. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. No, I think that's the cover. Yes. So here it is. Oh, it's nice and heavy. Look at this. Look at that. Boy's Life. Beautiful slipcase. Dead horse here. Beaten one to death. You can't beat anything dead to death unless you're Rick in The Walking Dead. But here it is. Very nice slipcase. Very nice. Look at that. It almost feels like Japanese cloth. So yes, that bookmark was the cover. A boy on a bike looking down a storm. The storm is the death of innocence, the loss of naivete, and the terror of realizing you don't even know the world. There's beautiful, man, beautiful. Let's get a good look at that DJ and the book. We have a label, a spine label there. It's inset a little bit. You could feel where it's pressed into the spine. Foil stamp bicycle on the cover, on the board, front board. It's not a cover, it's a front board. And there's the end paper. The boys in the clearing, sunset. Again, David Palumbo, as a frontispiece, love this moment in the book, and I love the way David captured it. Really a beautiful, powerful moment in the book, and I did compare it to the sub press version with art by David Ho, and I prefer the way David captured that moment. There's a couple ways to take it, and I think David did it like perfect. Again, this art is pitch perfect for this book. And when David was selected as the artist, or when I saw that he was selected as the artist, I was over the moon because he also did Salem's Lot by Cemetery Dance, and it's an early book in my collecting history, and I always thought that art was some of the best in any book I had seen to date, and it still is. It's that Cemetery Dance edition of Salem's Lot with David Palumbo art is amazing. And here is the signature sheet. Robert McCammon, David Palumbo. This edition was limited to 750 copies. It is completely sold out. You'll probably be able to find it on the secondary market, popping up here and there. And if you do, it'll be more than the published price, of course, but even still worth every penny. Smells beautiful, and looks beautiful, and the story is beautiful. A lot of people point to this book as one of their favorite McCammons, and it really is something special. Coming of age story, again, the loss of innocence, and the power of a boy's imagination. So this is a prized possession. I've met Robert McCammon a couple times, and I've had him sign everything I own, including a first edition Boy's Life. Happy to shelf this right next to that one. And so I will do the photos at the end to give you another look. But you can, right now, today, depending on when I post this video, you'll be able to get Swan Song by Robert McCammon. And that's an exceptional apocalyptic thriller that I can't recommend highly enough. And then if you have this, you have to get that too. So check it out. Go to the Suntup site, and good luck. Saturday they'll probably, if there are any numbered editions available, they'll be up for grabs. And I wish I could get one, and who knows? We'll see. But anyway, thank you for joining me this time. I hope to see you again next time. In the meantime, stay frosty.